A peasant owned a faithful dog named Sultan. But poor Sultan had grown so old that he had lost all his teeth, and it was now impossible for him to bite. One day, as they were sitting in front of their house, the peasant said to his wife, "Tomorrow, a gunshot will get rid of Sultan, for the poor animal is no longer capable of being of the slightest use to me." The peasant's wife felt pity for the unfortunate animal. "It seems to me that after being useful to us for so many years and always behaving as a good and faithful dog, he has well deserved, in his old age, to find food and shelter with us." "I don't understand you," replied the peasant, "and you are reasoning badly. Don't you know that he no longer has any teeth, and that, consequently, he is no longer an object of fear for thieves? It is time to get rid of him. It seems to me that if he has rendered us good services, he has, in return, always been well fed. We are even." The poor animal, who was lying in the sun not far away, heard this conversation that concerned him so closely and was frightened by it. The next day was to be his last. He had a devoted friend, a wolf, to whom he hurried the following night to tell the sad fate that threatened him. "Listen, my friend," said the wolf. "Do not despair like that. I promise to get you out of trouble. I have an excellent idea. Tomorrow morning at first light, your master and his wife will go to their fields. Since they have no one at home, they will take their little boy with them. I have noticed that each time they go to the field, they place the child in the shade behind a hedge. Here is what you must do. You will lie down in the grass beside the child, as if to watch over him. When they are busy with their hay, I will come out of the woods and quietly carry the child away. Then you will rush after me at full speed, as if to snatch my prey, and before you have run too long for a dog of your age, I will drop my burden, which you will bring back to the frightened parents. They will see in you the savior of their child, and gratitude will prevent them from harming you. From that moment on the contrary, they will reward you, and you will lack nothing." The plan pleased the dog, and everything happened as agreed. The poor father cried out in terror when he saw the wolf running away with his little boy in its mouth. But he cried out with joy when the faithful Sultan brought his son back to him. He stroked his mangy back, kissed his scabby forehead, and in the overflow of his gratitude, he exclaimed, "Woe to anyone who would ever dare to pull even the smallest hair from my good Sultan. I insist that, as long as he lives, he shall find in my home the bread of the aged, which he has so bravely earned." Then, turning to his wife, he said, "Gretel, run quickly home and prepare an excellent mash for this faithful animal. Since he has no teeth, we must spare him hard crusts. And take my pillow from the bed. I want my good Sultan to have no other bedding from now on. With such treatment, it is no wonder that Sultan became the oldest of dogs." The moral of this tale is that even a wolf can sometimes give useful advice. However, I do not recommend that all dogs go and ask a wolf for advice, especially if they no longer have any teeth.